item is a nomination for board chair. Are there nominations for board chair?
Chair Anderson.
Simon.
I would like to nominate Marcy Anderson for board chair.
Thank you, Mr. Simon. Are there any other nominations? Any other nominations? Okay, it looks like we have one nomination for Marcy Anderson as board chair. And the clerk will call the roll, please.
Simon votes aye. Here's McCardle.
Aye.
Audette.
Mr. Simon, before I vote, I'd like to say a few things. I want to share some information about several problems that are present in our system that have advanced under our existing leaders and which should influence our votes. These ideas, brought forward on demands from the national teachers' unions and against the will of parents, are being met with increasing levels of opposition across the communities we serve, and this crosses political lines and belief systems. First, pervasive throughout is a now dogmatic belief that systemic racism has overtaken the Anoka-Hennepin school system, and action must be taken to eliminate it through our Equity Achievement Plan. This plan directs activities that waste precious classroom time and which undermine American values and education principles that are timeless. And we learned this year that Anoka-Hennepin spends literally countless millions of dollars on it. The list includes changes to curriculum across many academic disciplines that increase the focus on race essentialism and other principles that many know and refer to as CRT, a lowering of academic standards through something known as standards-based grading, which leaves our children under-challenged and unprepared for the real world, where high-quality, on-time work is a requirement of employers. Outrageously biased and evasive staff training and hiring practices rooted in the principles of Ibram Kendi's anti-racism and Robin DiAngelo's white fragility, two of the leading promoters of CRT in America, and a watered-down system of discipline that has resulted in substantial increases in classroom disruptions, including violence against students and staff, and which has contributed to low morale among employees and problems hiring and retaining staff. This, at a time when learning loss, which is caused by remote learning that was mandated by this board, is an outright crisis. The second issue is the advancement of social emotional learning programs. These are progressive programs designed to appear virtuous while they undermine the role of the family in teaching values to children. SEL goals are ill-defined. There's little evidence to support claims that these programs drive greater academic achievement or growth. SEL programs evolve over time to develop children into social justice warriors for pro-globalist, anti-American, and anti-capitalist agendas. They involve the collection of massive amounts of data about our children, which are stored by external groups, not under the control of our school district, and no one knows how this data is being used or who's accessing it. And last but by no means least is an adult-driven and not child-led campaign to sexualize our children that knows no boundaries or limits. This happens through curriculum, media and books, and social activities which are deemed to be supporting our LGBTQ students, which now seems to require the grooming of our children to actively support and even participate in these lifestyles. Children of all ages are routinely placed in high-pressure situations, requiring them to support ideas that run contrary to the values and beliefs that most Americans hold and that undermine the right of the parent to teach on matters of faith and morality. We see it in demands for children to provide their pronouns in class, to share restrooms with children of the opposite sex, to differentiate between something called their sex assigned at birth and any from a long list of fabricated sexual identities, and in the activist-led development and promotion of school clubs which aim to further the advancement of these issues outside the view of parents and without their consent. Fixing these problems will require new leadership, and with all of this in mind, there's too much at stake to make a vote for the status quo, and so I vote no.
DeShane.
I vote aye, strongly.
Hayes.
Aye.
And Chair Marcy Anderson.
Aye. With 5 in favor and 1 opposed, the nomination is approved.